Hi nail friends, it's Miranda and welcome back to Corgie's Wine and Nails. We do have a Truly today instead of wine because it's summer and I felt like a Truly just sounded good. And then today's fun nail part of the video is going to be these super cute colors from Double Dip Nails. If you notice, this one here is called Disney Dreams and it's got little tiny Mickey Mouse shaped glitters in it. There's a whole collection of different colors of these. I really love this one that has this rose gold holographic little Mickey head. So let's get started. We're gonna jump right into doing our dip base. I do have a peeled base on before I applied this, so my nails were already prepped and ready to go, but just do a thin layer of dip base and then I'm going to pour over the solid color. It's called Romantic Moment and it's just this gorgeous, really soft, smoky, kind of dusty pink lavender, but it's like almost a pale white with a kiss of lavendery, pinky, dusty color to it. But it's so lovely and it looks like it was made for this color, Disney Dreams. I always do my solids first because I want to make sure not to get any little glitter specks into my solid colors. So we're just going to go ahead and do the regular simple dip process with pouring over. Pouring over, if you haven't tried it, it's definitely a really good way to get a smooth coat of dip powder on your nails. And I really like doing this with solids because if you brush the dip base liquid on your nail and then jam it into your jar of dip powder, you're going to create friction. And that is going to result in some lumps and bumps sometimes in your results. So I just really like doing the pour over, or sometimes I lay flat. You'll see that probably me doing that interchangeably here. I definitely recommend experimenting and doing what works best for you. Everybody kind of has their own routine and their process on what they like. And so it's definitely one of those things that you just kind of learn as you go what you are comfortable with and what gives you the best results. Also, as we get started here, I wanted to say thank you to Double Dip Nails for sponsoring today's video. If you like any of the colors or products used here today, you can feel free to use my affiliate code. It will be in the description box, and it's Miranda25. You can save 25% at doubledipstore.com all the time. Here I'm using a precision tool that I have, and basically it just helps to clean up any excess powder that got right there around that cuticle line, and it helps to keep things really clean and easy to file later. You'll notice here in a second, and I do it again later, if I get too close to my cuticle line, I'll clean it out with the precision tool, but then I'll also show you I cheat a little bit, and I'm gonna run my my soft side, or not my fine side, not my soft side, silly, my fine side of my nail file around that little spot too that I don't like, because it's just gonna save me headaches later when I'm trying to clean up and file and buff and shape, that I don't have like keep, I guess, building up like a lump or bump right there. So you'll see here I'm just getting the majority of the goop out right there where I just don't really like it. And then I'm gonna grab my file here in a sec, and I'm just gonna be very light and gentle because this dip powder is not cured. So just running it really softly right there, I'm just gonna clean up that spot, and then when I do my next dip over it, you'll never know that I cheated. here's where I do that again. You'll see me use the same process to clean it up. But I am DIY like most of you, and I'm definitely not a nail tech or perfect at doing nails. So I just show you when I make mistakes and try to show you how I fix it. And you know, these are just kind of like little blips in the road on the journey of getting your mani complete. So hopefully this helps someone, and I just keep it in. I know you kind of can't see because I went out of shot, but you know, I tried. Now here's the fun part. I love chunky glitters, and this one is just so beautiful. I kept thinking the whole time, I really wish that I had this dip whenever I had gone to Disney World for my son's 4th birthday in March, because this would have been exactly what my style would be to wear. I had looked at a lot of Disney inspired manis, and a lot of them are red and black and white, and that's not my favorite colors to wear. So this one that has like rose gold and kind of lavendery and pink and iridescent, like this is totally my vibes. So I was really excited to try out this new dip, and it's so pretty. I am doing the pour over method for the first dip on this. My friends Kate from Kate's Nail Corner and Shayna from Shay Does Dip Nails, they always love to do the pour over for these chunky glitters to get kind of like a base, and then they will do a lay flat and place the chunkies on the second go round. So I'm just trying that out today, and it worked out pretty good. You'll see here. So here's where I lay flat, and I only picked up one little Mickey head, but that's okay because I got lots of these really pretty iridescent ones, and I really wanted to kind of get those in place because I want the Mickey heads to really show, so they'll be mostly placed on top. So you'll see I'm gonna hand place them and kind of fill in the nail, and just move everything around and pat it down where I want it to go. On this second nail, you'll see I pick up a lot more Mickey heads, and so I work pretty fast to move those into place, and then I'll fill in any open spots that look like they need a little bit more Mickey Mouse head love. So now I'm just gonna grab a couple of the little Mickey Mouse head glitters and set them out because I'm going to hand place and kind of fill in any spots that need a little Mickey on them. I'm gonna use my dip base sort of like a glue. It kind of is like a glue if you've experienced this. So I'm just gonna kind of dab some around in some of the areas that I wanna fill in. And then I'm using this little wax tip tool and just placing the Mickeys. I try to keep the Mickey heads towards more of the center of the nail and not to the edges, because most of my filing is going to be around the edge of the nail and around the cuticle area, and I don't want to end up cutting off any of the shape as I'm, buffing, filing, shaping. So I do try to keep them kind of a little bit more centered in the nail so that I don't risk, chopping off an ear. So I like where all my Mickeys are, and I'm going to use this clear dip powder to encapsulate. Some of my friends, they like to do where they add a little bit of Activator and then press down the glitters to make the dip base basically like lock the glitters down. I personally, my preference is I don't like to do that because I do like to clear encapsulate, and I do not want to risk putting base over any of my nail that I've put Activator. Even if I wipe it off with alcohol, I just don't care. It's not worth it to risk contaminating my liquids to me. So I do know it works for other people. It's just not my thing. Everybody has, their own routines, like I was saying earlier, and I like to just kind of keep it simple, and I just do clear to encapsulate. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do 2 dips of clear, and I'm actually using my quote-unquote glitter clear. So this is clear I've used on other glitter dips, and it's got other kind of like little strays and stuff in it. And so I keep it handy for multicolored glitters like this because even though I have like tons of products, I just don't like to waste stuff. I know it's probably not rational, but I don't want to throw away clear when it just has like a couple little specks in it, and it doesn't matter because this glitter has multicolors in it and no one's gonna notice if there's like a little tiny stray, glitter in this. So this is my little cupcake liner that I keep to the side that has previously used clear for encapsulation, and yeah, that's just what I do. And here's the part that practically happens in every video where I profess my love for Activator. I do not like the way Activator smells, but I really like the cooling sensation that you feel when you apply the Activator and it sinks in through the dip powder to your nail beds. It's just like this cool sensation, and I say it in every video. This is like one of my favorite parts. Sorry, I know I'm a weirdo. So I do speed up here because I usually skip doing filing and shaping in my videos because I have other videos that showcase, you know, the whole filing and shaping process, but a lot of you like to see it. So I show you here on my thumb and my pointer, since that's a flat example or like a like cream color example of how I shape and buff that, and then the other is a chunky glitter example. It's really the same process for both. I'm going to make sure that my sidewalls are nice and smooth and shaped and kind of make a coffin shape, and that my tips are very flat, and then I run it around the base by my cuticle and I buff it out. You do not need an e-file. I'm going to show you using my e-file just around my cuticle line here in a little while, but you can definitely, I mean, that looks good. You can move forward without using an e-file. And then here's where we get to the chunky glitters. The only thing I would say about the chunky glitters, and when I was saying earlier, I kept them intentionally away from really the areas I was going to be focusing on for filing, which is the sidewalls, the cuticle line. I wanted to be sure that I wasn't going to cut into those chunky glitter Mickey Mouse shapes and make them look not like a Mickey Mouse. So that was intentional on why they're more centered into the nail. And then I'm just being really cautious that I'm staying cognizant of the layer of the clear dip, if that makes sense. So I don't want to file too far down into the clear. I want to be sure there's a protective layer of that clear dip still on top of those Mickey Mouse ears so that I do not scratch them or discolor them or cut any of the shape. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you also don't mind that the sun decided to come blaring through the window for this part of the video. So the lighting got kind of weird here for a sec. Now I'm using my Bellavena drill that's from doubledipstore.com as well, and I have what I call a flame-shaped bit, and I put my speed at 14,000 RPMs, and I use reverse, so the R, for when I'm holding the handpiece in my right hand. That's just how I remember. And that's the speed and the direction that works for me when I'm using my right hand to shape my left hand. So yeah, I just go and lightly, gently clean up right there around the cuticle area. And I always say my goal is I want it to look like it grew out of my nail like that. So you don't have to use an e-drill. You can definitely use your hand file, but this does just give it like that little extra oomph and just really helps make everything look so nice and clean. Here's my other little secret weapon. I am obsessed with these pumice stone tools. So if there's a spot, even after using the drill, I'll kind of clean up any powder gunk or any residue right around my the edge of the dip, and also around like under my cuticle line right there. I kind of sometimes get some stuff like powder buildup and stuff even after I rinse and use a scrubby brush on my hand, and that just gets everything up before I do my top coat, and I like the results. Also, I'm going to be using gel top coats to seal in this dip powder, but It's optional to use the Activator again. You guys, I already explained to you I like Activator, so I do it. I opt in to do it, but you don't have to if you're going to use gels to lock in your mani. I'm just going to apply a thin layer of gel base here, and I'll cure for 30 seconds. We are almost done. We are putting on the no wipe top gel, and I'll cure for 90 seconds. I love how glossy the top gel results are, and if you just seal your edges here, since I use peel base, I just kind of seal my edges there, and that helps keep my mani on until I want to take it off. But I really love the glossy look that I get with this top gel, and it's one of my favorite products from Double Dip. And look what we made, the cutest Mickey Mouse mani. Look at those little Mickeys. Oh my God, they're so sparkly, and I love how they shift holographic. They're so pretty. I really like the iridescent shifting glitters in the background too. But Romantic Moment has been a color that's in the store, and then this new Mickey, it's called Disney Dreams. It's so cute together. I just feel like they were made for each other. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it and subscribe. Thanks now, friends.